We want to know. But welcome, thank you for being here. So I'm gonna keep us muted unless except for the speaker. And then I do have a little part in our workshops tonight. I'd love to hear from you. But in the meantime, tell us in the comments like where you're watching from and who your consultant is, or if you're a consultant. So welcome to our team members as well. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the Pampered Chef air fryer, but we hope that everyone will get something from this workshop, because who doesn't hate warming up the kitchen with their oven when it's 90 degrees outside or 100 degrees outside, etc. Right? So I'm very excited to have you guys here, and we're going to kick off tonight. We're going to cover all the different little like ways that you can use our air fryer, and hopefully that will translate to your air fryer if you don't have the Pampered Chef one. And we're going to give you some ideas for keeping it cool in the kitchen. I've got some fun products if we have time at the end to show you, and we've got 2 exciting demos, which we want to jump in right away with our demos. Main dishes, right? What kind of main dishes can you make in the air fryer? Dusty is here to show us one. Dusty is a mom of 2 little boys, and we might get to see her here. They might here tonight. She was like, oh no, they might be here. I'm like, yes, let's see them. So Dusty, will you show us one of your quick and easy air fryer meals? We are excited to see it.
Yes. So all of our small appliances come with their own little cookbook, which I love. And one of them is a homemade chicken tenders. So I will tell you, there's so much stuff you can make from scratch in here. And then you can also, like, we do a lot of French fries and frozen chicken wings and stuff like that. That's quick and easy. But I'm actually going to make something, and I'm going to tell you my little super secret. I love to make steaks. I learned how to make a ribeye steak in the air fryer, and I don't like them anywhere anymore. Like, they come out perfect. So that is how awesome this thing is. The homemade chicken tenders is going to be a pounded chicken tenders, a tablespoon of vegetable oil, a half a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, a quarter teaspoon of black powder. I have that all in here, and I've mixed up the chicken tenders in that. And then a half a cup of all-purpose flour. So if you haven't seen our little coating trays, I love these things. They come with these little tongs. And then they have this little piece in the middle so that when you go from one to the other, you're not going to like drip and drop stuff in between there. There is 3 to the set. And I did take I actually use, another secret is frosted flakes. So it uses corn flakes to make them crunchy, but I use frosted and it gives them a little bit of sweetness. Oh my gosh, it's so good. But I am going to stick these in a bag because it's just less cleanup. I can shake them all up in there since I'm going to go kind of quickly. So right now I'm just going to cover them in the flour. I'm going to shake them around in my egg and milk mixture. It is 3 cups of cornflakes crushed. And the best thing to do, another reason why I wanted to use the bag, is because you can use this pizza roller to crush them. But you have to watch out, because if you are like me and you're trying to get a little bit of frustration out and you're beating around on there, you're going to smash your finger, because I just but that's all part of the game. So I'm just going to throw 2 of these in here for now so we can get on to our other demonstrations. It does say to press them, but I'm going to kind of do like a little shake and bake deal here. And then can kind of press them in there. Press it on there. And then I'm going to take my little tongs. And you can get these little parchment paper pieces. You don't want to use regular parchment paper because you want the holes in it so that it gets the airflow, but you can get them on Amazon like 100 for, I don't even know, a couple dollars. And it kind of helps with a mess. I don't use them for everything, like the steaks, for example. I put those straight on to the racks, but it does help with cleanliness. Then I'm going to take the kitchen spritzer, and I've pumped it up and then just give them a little spray. And what that'll do is kind of help crisp up the corn on there. And then they're going to basically beep, or it's going to basically bake for 9 minutes. I think it is, yeah, 9 minutes. And then at the halfway point, it's going to beep, and I will switch them at that halfway point, because the bottom ones aren't going to be as cooked and the top ones are going to be a little bit more cooked. So if you swap them, then the bottom ones will get a little crispy, and the bottom ones the top ones will go to the bottom and not be as crispy or burnt. Another really good product, these oven mitts. So if you try to use like a giant oven mitt, it's just kind of awkward. So we have these kind of oven mitts that are really good for swapping, or these little bitty ones. But that's it for now. I'm going to get this all going, and then I can make some sides on the stove. If I don't want to use the oven to heat up the house, I can make something, you know, I could even make the chicken and then roast some veggies in there later. You know, there's just so many different things you could do with it. So
I love it. Thank you so much, Dusty. And it's so easy. You guys see how quick you can put together something for the air fryer. As far as the main dishes go, this week I made tilapia, and I used the small bar pan. So this is made perfectly to fit in the air fryer. So I have 2 of them. So I did 2 fish fillets on each, season it up. And then, gosh, it was so quick. It was like 12 minutes in the air fryer, and I swapped them halfway, like Dusty said she's going to do with the chicken tenders. So, I love that. And I don't know if you heard her, she said it really quick, but, my ears perked up, because one of my favorite foods is, hot wings. And I actually am so spoiled with making my own air fryer hot wings. I don't even order them, anymore at the restaurant, because, well, first of all, they're healthier when they're air fried instead of fried in oil. And second, I can get them nice and crispy because I get to control how long they're being cooked and all of that. So I am a huge fan when it comes to cooking chicken and fish, and oh my gosh, steak. Apparently I haven't tried that. But I'm so excited about the main dishes. And Pampered Chef also has a cooking guide. If you don't have, I actually want to show it to you. I think I have it pulled up. I'll wait to do that because I want to move to our next one. But I have a cooking guide, and it's digital. So even if you don't have like the Pampered Chef air fryer, which we of course know is the best one, you can still use our cooking guide to kind of get the different times, right? So it has things like, do pizza rolls for this long, and if you're going to do jerky, try this. And it has all kinds of things to start with. And I know some people are more, and maybe you can answer this for us, are you more of a rule follower, or what we'd call a Betty Crocker, where you follow a recipe to a T? Or are you able to just kind of play and be more of your like Rachel Ray, where you like throw a little of this in and throw a little of that in? Both ways are absolutely the right way, correct? But the air fryer is a great one for anyone that is okay with just kind of figuring it out as you go. I have so many things I use it for, but I want you guys to see the real stuff in action before we go over all like the little features and things that you can use it for. So we have Luann here today, and she is a home cook in Minnesota. And she was telling me about how she just uses it for simple things to enhance her family's meal, make it quick. And so I'm going to hand it over to Luann. Are you ready for us? And you are on mute right now, but as soon as you unmute, we'll get to hear from Miss Luann.
Yes, I am ready. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. My heart is like, all right. So, okay. Like I said, like Katie said, I am a simple person. So I do a lot of simple things. And one of the simple things is like when we make spaghetti, I make cheese bread. And I make it in the air fryer, because who wants to like wait for the oven to preheat? And then you got to, put all the cheese bread on the baking sheet. Then forget all that. So, but tonight, so I'm going to make kind of like the cheese bread, but I'm going to add to it and put my son's snack, a pepperoni cheese bread. I just made, you just kind of throw things together. So what I do is I put a piece of bread on there, and I usually do is I can fit like 4 pieces of bread on each rack, and I can make 8 pieces of cheese bread, which, I mean, they devour them. They devour them when they're eating spaghetti. So, and then I have some cheese. So I just sprinkle the cheese right on top of there, just like that. And then, of course, pepperoni. And when I told my oldest son I was making this, I said I was making it for my youngest son, and he said, "Well, are you gonna make one for me too? I would like one." So as I'm done with this demo, I'm gonna have to make one for him as well. So there you go. So I put the pepperoni on, and then I put another layer of cheese. All right. And then what I do is I just pop it in there. And I'm a custom kind of gal. So I do my custom. I do it for 5 minutes, and then I just do the 350, and then it goes. So one of the coolest things about this air fryer is that, so my oldest son, he loves, like, he has to have like things on the go. So he makes pizza rolls, he makes the chimichangas, quesadillas, anything frozen that he can put in there, he loves it, right? And my youngest son loves pizza, right? And so, like, when you get pizza the next day, it's pretty, it's pretty droopy. But I put it in there for 4 minutes or so on 350, because I'm a custom gal, and it comes out crispy on the bottom and the cheese is nice and bubbly. So he loves that. Me, of course, I like the Chinese chicken, the sweet and sour without the sauce. I put that in there the next day, and I got crispy chicken. So I love that for them, those simple things. Another thing I like about the air fryer is how easy it is to clean. I mean, simple, right? This door comes off its hinges. I did not realize that until I read the book, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So if you get crumbs and stuff in there, you can take the door off and just kind of like scrape the crumbs in the garbage. How cool is that, right? And then another tip I have for you is, so there's gonna be some cheese residue on here, right? So what I do is I use the one way to get most of it off, and then I turn it around, and then I scrape the other side. And then, of course, I'm simple that way. I put them in the dishwasher. So yeah, it's dishwasher safe. Unless they're really caked on, then I might have to soak it a little bit. But yeah, so that's kind of my thing. I have like 3 minutes, and it's like 3 minutes. So if your kids need a quick snack, or like a cheese snack, or just put it in there for like 5 minutes, and there you go, you got something hot. So I don't know if I have more stuff to say for 3 minutes, but you might have to come back to me and see what my creation looks like. Back to you, Katie.
It's good timing to come back to me, because our fire alarms are going off. Isn't that nice? Now, here's one other thing that, hold on, let me spotlight here. One other thing that I love about the air fryer is it doesn't smoke like my oven always does when we make pizza and turn those smoke alarms on. I thought it might be fun for you guys to hear. I actually was honored to be one of the 4 consultants asked to test the air fryer before they launched it a few years ago. I think it's been 4 or 5 years ago now. And so they sent it to me early. It was top secret. I couldn't tell anyone about it. and it was killing me. And like when my teammates would come over, I'd have to like go and hide it. So I asked my family, because they've been using the Pampered Chef air fryer longer than anyone else. And I said, what is your favorite part about the air fryer? And my husband said that the kids can be self-sufficient. My son said he really likes things crispy, and he started making his own lunches when he was like 9 years old with this. My daughter loves that she can make her own lunches when mom forgets and she's busy working and doing her thing, right? She doesn't have to wait for me. And we taught the kids with the little oven mitts that Dusty showed us how to use those. And so for sure, anything frozen or leftover. And actually, we have this new term. I don't know if Pampered Chef coined it or if it's just kind of out there in the trendy online world, but we call it right overs when it's in the air fryer, because you can make it taste better the second day, especially French fries and hot wings. And I did that tilapia fish that I mentioned for dinner. The next day I put it back in the air fryer, and I almost liked it better when it was a little dried out and crispy. And that might just be my personal preference. But we love that it's fast. And because this is our Keep It Cool workshop, the thing that made me think I've got to share more about this air fryer is we have been doing these meal kits that give you like the recipe and the ingredients, and every single one of them says heat the oven to 400 degrees. I'm like, not going to be doing that. So I thought I'd share that little tip too. It says, when it says heat the oven to 400 degrees, well, the air fryer will do 400 degrees. So even tonight we did roasted cauliflower, and that was why we would heat up the oven in 93 degrees outside. So we just did, I did the cauliflower on the small bar pan, and then I used my salad choppers, which, have you guys seen those? They're like a double bladed scissors, and just chopped up the cauliflower on them. I spritzed just a little bit of oil and some seasoning on top and put them on air fry. Now there is a roast setting though. So usually if you're doing roasted vegetables, especially if it's just for 1 or 2 people or a side dish, you can do the roasted vegetables in about 10 minutes in the air fryer. There's a roast setting, and it comes out crispy and done. You can't tell that it wasn't made in an oven. And actually, I love that it doesn't, like, things don't get soggy on the bottom side. I don't know if you ever experienced that in your oven. That might be like a cook tip that you guys have for me, but with the air fryer, I don't find that to be true. The other, I want you guys to think about, what do you use for your air fryer? How does it help you keep your kitchen cool? So for me, if it says oven, I make it fit on 1 or 2 of these and I do that in the air fryer. Or I will also, this isn't air fryer related, but when it says to cook rice, I always use our 3-quart micro cooker in the microwave. I feel like it makes rice better and you don't have to babysit it. The other thing that I love for keeping the kitchen cool is the time saving, right? Like, not only do I have to not wait for it to preheat when it's in air fryer, because it's like it comes on and it's hot, it's ready to go at that right temperature. But rotisserie chicken you can do. I actually brought that out. When you get the Pampered Chef air fryer, and you guys, I don't know if you're like me, but I kind of hesitate when I get new things. I'm like, oh, I don't know how to use that. I don't know if I want to figure it out, right? But the rotisserie stick, I was so excited about making my own rotisserie chicken that I figured that out pretty quick. And if you want to see the most hilarious video in the whole world, you got to go see my very first rotisserie chicken video on my my Katie Facebook page, because I was like dropping it and I was trying to tie the legs. I mean, it is a funny video, but maybe you can laugh at yourself when you do it for the first time. But this comes with your air fryer. It also comes with this removal fork, and I did not know about it, but it actually sets perfectly like this, so you never have to touch the hot air fryer. So when you're going to put it in, it like, there's little holes and you stick it in there and it's ready to go. It will rotate, and then when you're ready to pull it out, it will pick it up same way. And the other little accessory that it comes with is the basket. And I learned this the hard way too. Everyone's like, oh, well, why don't you use that? It has this little lip here to help open it when it's hot. I think this is what it was. You consultants can help me, but you can put your fries in there. I use the Rapid Prep mandolin for this. It's also great for, you can put your chicken hot wings in here or your nuggets and keep them rotating as well. So I know they sell a skewer set. So if you are someone that loves that, you can really do everything in the air fryer. It's fantastic if you are a smaller size family for everything. And if you're a larger family, it's great as a tool to get things done quicker or in batches. So gosh, there's so much more I can say, but I did want to give a chance for everybody to tell us why they love their air fryer and what are ways that you keep your kitchen cool, even if it's not air fryer related. You can put that in the chat, or if you're brave and you want to come and just tell us. I would love to hear from a couple consultants on how they use it. I learned so much from other consultants. That is the beauty of being part of a team that's learning these products in real life, like in their kitchens, right? Does anyone have a tip to share? Oh, and Christy said, how have I never used the custom setting before? Yeah, basically custom is air fry as well. So there's some presets, but the custom is like, let's say you want it to be 400 degrees instead of 375. You know, you can play with it like that. That's good. So you get to take something away that you learned. What other tips or questions do you have?
I can tell with the steak is really easy also. So I just use my coating trays. I put some salt, some pepper, and then whatever seasoning I want to put on there. Flip it, do the same thing. And then I put them in the air fryer. And at the halfway mark, I switch them also. Switch them and I flip them over. And like typically 20 minutes or less, and they're done. You don't have to really babysit them. And then I just set them out on a pan and let them continue to cook for a few more minutes, and they are amazing.
And do you put those right on the rack, like the rack that comes with it?
Yes.
Or, yeah, okay.
Yes. And I use the mess tray at the very bottom because it's going to be messy.
Yeah.
And then I just take our utility brush and I'll let them soak a little bit, and then I just scrub them and throw them in the dishwasher and they come clean.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. And I think cleaning is one of those things that people are always a little nervous about. So the air fryer comes with just a little tin tray, and it does you can even see mine. It gets messy and sticky over time. But what Dusty was saying is she uses this mess catcher, which is just like a tray that sets like gently on top of a silicone tray, which is crazy easy to clean. And so if you have something really messy, but you want it to have the full airflow, you can just put this at the very bottom to catch it. This is dishwasher safe as well. And Luann's tip about the pan scrapers is great is also, I always tell my son, it'll have like little pizza stuck to it and it already went through the dishwasher. Like, you got to scrape that off. So, they live and learn, but you do get trays that come with it. This is sold separately. The little bar pan. Oh, I didn't tell you this. I was going to show you. I always make a big batch of cookies, like chocolate chip cookies, and I will roll them with what are these called? The little scoops, so that it's a ball, and I'll pop them into the reusable silicone storage containers. And that's how I like control myself with my cookies. I'll have like frozen, ready to cook cookies. And if I want dessert, I can literally take this and put like 4 cookies, or let's be honest, probably 6 on this guy. And there's a bake setting as well, which I probably should tell you. I know, Sue, you asked about the dehydrator. It works great, and it's just a setting. So let me see. I cleaned my air fryer for you, but I'm still a little self-conscious because I use it so often. All right. When you hit dehydrate, it's going to be 2-4 hours. I think the jerky is like 9 hours. but it's just on a really low setting. So you don't have to have your oven on that whole time. And then the reheat rotisserie, this is going to be that rotation one, or you can put the fry basket in and push the actual rotate. Roast is probably one that I use almost as frequently as air fry. And then the bake setting for the cookies and air fry, it just has like, this is what most things are going to be on air fry. And one of you had mentioned the custom setting. If you click custom, then you get to custom say how many minutes, and you tap the little wheel here and it will start flashing the temperature, and you can change that too. It's very easy to use. Like I said, I have like my kids have used it, and I know we've had it at least 4 years. So, I mean, we're talking like 7 years old and up. I was okay with my kids using it. Now we taught them how to make sure it was safe, and they still, you know, at 10 and 13 now, they'll still like yell through the house, like, has anyone used the air fryer? Because that's the only thing we were real careful about, is like, if it's hot, you don't want to touch it. So they always like ask, has anyone used it recently? And the likelihood is good, because I think all 4 of us use it independently, in addition to using it for things like our dinners and our sides. The dried fruit snacks, it's cheaper. It does take a long time, but if you just like blend it up in the blender and pop it in there, it just kind of works in the background and it doesn't take a ton of power. I think I talked about, seafood. I wanted to tell you about shrimp, because I know I'm always scared of overcooking shrimp, but you don't have to make it like coconut or breaded shrimp. You can actually just get shrimp, lightly spritz them so that you can put some seasoning on them, pop them in the air fryer for 4 minutes. And it's, you know, it's somewhere between sauteed and grilled, right? But air fried shrimp in 4 minutes is pretty fantastic. Okay, do we have food to see, or any other tips that have come up, or questions even? Has anyone used the dehydrator recently and want to kind of share about that also?
I know one thing with the setting, I had a customer ask me, so the dehydrator, instead of being your minutes and your temperature, it's the hours that you want to run the dehydrator with.
Yes.
I know I had somebody ask about that, and I was like, well, that is kind of confusing, but all the other settings have time and temp.
Exactly. Yes. I'm glad you brought that up. I had forgotten. It's been a minute.
Mine's almost done.
Cool. Well, let me pop over. Oh, frozen cookies are the best. Freezing them doesn't control me. Oh my gosh, Jackie, you're hilarious. It is hard, but it is more likely that I eat less cookies if I have to, like, you know, if I just do 4 at a time baking them. But that is really funny. I'm going to share my screen, just pop over real quick and show you this cooking guide. So, I hope I didn't click on something. I think I'm sharing. So this is on your consultant's website, or if you're a consultant, this is on your website, and I can pop this into the replay. So we're streaming live on Facebook right now. So I can pop this into for you to see. I just wanted to show you, this is the cooking guide. If you buy our air fryer, you get a hard copy of this, but it like goes through everything for you. So you don't have to be scared to play. Even if you are more of a Betty Crocker that needs the recipe, use your recipe. And if just know it might be less time, or if you like it really crispy, you might actually like it with more time. It just depends on your preference. But this is a really nice way to get started with it. Hold on here. I love the air fryer, the roasted vegetables. Now I did the cauliflower, and it was like, it said 16 minutes, but I had 2 trays of them. So definitely rotate those trays, because I had like potpourri on one of them and forgot to swap them, but you live and learn. So look how great this is though. It just has everything for you. So if you're new to air frying, if you're not sure, this is a really good guide, and it's free. It's on the website. I will pop the location of it in our replay as well. So Let's see. Did someone ask a question or was that just like a random sound? Luann, do you want to show us yours?
Yes, I do. All right. And so another little thing that I really, it won't turn on because it's off, but I always like to turn the light on and like see if like things are bubbling and stuff. So that's another cool aspect of this. So I'm gonna take this down, grab my little, and it's crispy on the bottom, crispy on all the sides, and look at that melted cheese. So I'm gonna have one happy son first, and then I'll have to make another one for my other son. But that's my simple snacks for my children.
I love it. Will you take some pictures before they eat it so we can
Yes,
post those on our page too? There was a little choppiness on my side. I want to make sure we can see them at the end too. Awesome. Thanks.
Sounds great. Oh, also, I made bacon in here too, and that's with that catch tray.
Yes.
So you can make bacon in their air fryer as well. And so what I did was I like twisted the bacon and put them on there. And then it all depends on like how crispy you want it or how uncrispy you want it. I think that might be in the cooking guide as well on how to do bacon. So, but yeah, bacon is another favorite in our family. So thank you.
I got love in the comments on the bacon. So apparently bacon in the air fryer is the way to go. We'll have to, oh, and croutons. Have you guys ever done croutons in there? We do big salads all the time, like build your own salad. And when we're out of croutons, you can take old bread, put like garlic seasoning on them. It's like 4 or 5 minutes and it's good. It's really good. Like we eat them as snacks. Dusty, I think you're ready too.
Yep. And I was going to say, I was scared of the air fryer, and after using it for so long now, you almost, and I emphasize almost, cannot burn anything, especially as long as you switch stuff, because the stuff on the top is going to cook longer and it's going to be closer to the heat. So you definitely want to make sure to switch, but that's how I'm not scared. Like when I tried the steak, I've never made a steak on the stove. And I tried it one time and I overcooked it. So, but I don't overcook them when I make them in the air fryer because I can always add more time and it's not a big deal. But here is, and I don't know if you guys can hear the crispiness of them, but there are my homemade chicken tenders.
Those look amazing. Like that was so fast.
I think like to add a little bit more. Like that's kind of where the can't burn. So they weren't, I used my thermometer and they weren't fully cooked. And so I just stuck them in there for 4 minutes. So whenever something doesn't cook enough, I just add a couple minutes and just check it. And usually after that, it's good. And it is ready to go.
That is awesome. And I'm so excited to try that. I know I made that recipe one time, but I've never tried it with the frosted flakes instead of the corn flakes. And I think that would be really delicious. I'm such a big fan of the sweet and savory. So thank you for that tip also. Does anyone else have an air fryer tip? Grilled cheese. The grilled cheese works really good. I totally agree. That is a great way to do it. And I haven't mentioned seasonings, but guys, the everything but the pizza seasoning on your grilled cheese, such a yummy addition. Or what Luann made tonight, you could just sprinkle some of that everything but the pizza seasoning. I am a huge fan of crushed peppercorn and garlic. If you don't like things to get spicy, it does have on the spicier side of peppercorn if you don't like pepper. The Jamaican jerk is what I cook all of my hot wings with. And so what I'll do is before I freeze them, I'll put them in the bag with a little bit of oil, a little bit of baking powder, and that helps with the crisp up the skin without frying them, and the Jamaican jerk seasoning, and just shake that up and then freeze them so I can just pop out 6 hot wings. What did I use tonight? of course, salt and pepper, our basil and our garlic infused olive oils. I use those a lot with my roasted vegetables, and then the peppercorn and garlic. The rotisserie seasoning is so freaking good. So if you do your rotisserie stick, and the salt and vinegar seasoning was really good, making homemade chips and the French fries as well. So I could go on and on about our seasonings, but they are really great for sure. What were you gonna say,
I
Jen?
like to do boneless, skinless chicken thighs with the rotisserie seasoning. That is one of my favorites. Another favorite, and it's so easy.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay, so I want to take a quick pause. I do want to talk a little bit about our other cooling products, but as far as the air fryer goes, I want you guys to know that when you host a party, or if you host with your consultant, you can get the air fryer for 60% off with a $200 party. And that's usually 3 orders. So if you have some friends that haven't seen What's Up with Pampered Chef in a while, for sure, connect with your consultant to do that. I also had a couple of announcements for you. This month, we are going to be doing a survey. So we knew that we'd have less attendance for June and July just because of the summer, but we wanted to keep bringing you these workshops. So we're going to do survey for anybody that watched live or watches in replay and fills out that survey on June 30th. I'm going to be giving away a product, and I like to up the product value for every 10 people that we have fill out that survey. So I'm going to be popping that survey in the comments, and then I'll have it on the replay, and you can connect with your consultant if you don't have it and you're watching, so we can get that to you. If you have any other tips for us as far as what you love to make in the air fryer, please don't hesitate to come up and tell us your tips. You can pop it in the comments, and be sure and look for the replay, because we'll have pictures of what we made, our recipes. I'll put that cooking guide in there. And if you have the air fryer and you haven't gotten it out of the box yet, please let this be your inspiration to give it a try. Just make some cheese bread, you know what I mean? And see what you think, because I know you're going to love it. So let's see, I thought I saw a question pop up. So if anyone sees any questions in the comments that I'm missing, please don't hesitate to let me know. But the other thing about being cool in the summer, I already mentioned our micro cooker for the microwave. It's great for rice and not having to babysit over the stove. Now, we also have this whole line of products, and I don't think people realize how much we have. So I'm going to go through them very quickly, but we came out with some insulated bowls. There are 3 of them. I only own 2. Twice now I purchased the 4-quart one and given it away as a gift. So, I mean, be friends with me, right? But these are insulated bowls. They're like your, Yeti cup, your insulated cup of the kitchen. This one will hold mac and cheese hot for like 2 hours. It's got that double insulation. So if you want to use it for cold, you can just put something cold in it and it will stay cold. But another tip that I've learned is you can put a little bit of ice or a little bit of cool water, swish it around for a few minutes, and then like dump that out and put your dish in it. It'll stay even colder for a while. We have also used our insulated bowls as ice buckets. In a pinch, and they're pretty. You can put we do fish fries in our family a couple times in the summer. And so you can keep your fried potatoes or your fried hush puppies or your fried fish hot while you're waiting for the rest of it to cook, because that's like a batch cooking kind of thing. Same thing with like breakfast foods, keeping it hot after it's cooked so that everyone can eat together. That's a big thing for me. Now we have a very similar type of product that is a little bit more functional for travel. So these are our on-the-go bowls. You can get them as a set and save a little money. 2-quart and a 5.5-quart, I think. They have a couple of neat features that the others don't have. Now, the insulated bowl does have a little bit of suction, and the hanger and the little doohickey to hang the lid on, which is pretty pretty cool. So you don't have to have lids everywhere, have them fall. This lid has a vent release, which is nice to create a little bit extra suction. So if this were to drop over in the car, it's not going to come open. I had to open the vent. I did it the wrong way. But the same concept is true here. Same kind of bowl. It's got that nice bluish gray finish. So really, really nice for travel. It's not going to scratch or anything. And then this little piece pops off, and this is actually just a spoon rest. So you know how you always have to have a spoon to dip them on. You can put the mess there, and then that's dishwasher safe as well. So we have those two bowls. That's called the On the Go collection. And then we have the Cool and Serve. It all started with the large Cool and Serve. Now this guy is, I know Pampered Chef sometimes get it's wrapped for, oh, well, that you get what you pay for. It's always high quality, but you're going to pay a little more. I know Pampered Chef has that reputation, which I'd say can be true. Although just host a party and you get it even less than what you'd get it for at a convenience store, right? But this Cool and Serve tray, the large one, this is what started it all. It has the lid. It comes with two trays. This is actually an insert that I bought separately, but it does come with trays. You don't have to buy that part. And then these freezable inserts, or pucks as they call them, they have space to hold your deviled eggs cold for 4 to 6 hours. Or if you just use this underneath your fruit and veggie tray, which, guys, I was looking through my phone the other day when someone purchased this. I think it's $49, really, really good price. For having all this functionality. If you take everything out, it'll hold like 16 or 18 cupcakes and won't smash the icing. Snap-on lid is really nice for travel as well. Those white pucks there, they will freeze overnight, or you can just leave them in your freezer and that will keep them nice and cold. Then we have the small Cool and Serve tray that came out. So just the same concept, a little smaller. This one doesn't have the deviled eggs, but it's just the freezing insert. We use this a lot for strawberries and whipped cream, using that new cup slicer all the time. And then we have the rectangle Cool and Serve tray. This one has a full 9x13. And these two, same kind of thing, they freeze. But think about, for this one, you can use it for those pudding type cakes, like your banana pudding, anything that's a no-bake cake. The Oreo dirt cake comes to mind as well. And maybe you have some other recipes that are great for this. But being able to know, like, I'm taking dairy, or I'm taking things with butter, or I'm taking things with mayonnaise, and I'm putting them out for hours as we talk and hang out and eat, knowing that it stays cool, that it stays safe. This is like a big deal for me. So I'm a little obsessed with them. And then these two are so fun. These are the last ones I have to show you. But this is our 1 quart. So that's how big it is for the dip. And the tiny little ice puck in there. You can do your cream cheese dips in this, your guacamole. Then there's a bigger one here. This is 2.5 quart. And it's pretty versatile. You can do like just, I've done watermelon and stuff in here, just regular fruit. I probably use the bowls now for that, but it's really nice for when I make a big batch of guacamole, keeping it cold, pasta salad, and potato salad used for that as well. So I really do use this line quite a bit. And if you are anything like my family, it's like when we get together, we eat the whole time we're together. And so to know that those mayo-based or cheese-based dips are going to be safe and not sitting out with the flies around them and getting hot or gross, deviled eggs even, you don't have to worry as much about that. And then actually, I do have a popsicle maker too. I'm just going to mention them and not really talk much about them, but the ice cream maker, we just made ice cream last night. We made a strawberry for the first time. It works so beautifully. It's not messy. You don't have to mess with ice. You just keep this piece in your freezer, and we have a deep freeze now. So the colder, the longer it does a better job, and it has a nice consistency. We make popsicles quite often as well with just like juice and Gatorade, and my kids think they're getting their, special treat. So that's a lot of cool stuff, right? Pun intended. All right, who else has something for us as far as how you keep cool in the summer? I'll take any tips, doesn't have to be Pampered Chef related, as I get our door prize winner in the drawing. Who else can share something? All at once, aren't you?
I just stay in my air conditioned house. Or in a pool.
That will keep you cold.
Yes.
All right, on Facebook we have, I want a bigger cool and serve bowl for salads. Yes. I wonder. Yeah, I guess the 2.5 quart might not be big enough, but maybe that 5 quart on the go bowl would be a really good one. The ice cream maker, you'd be making it every night. Yes, the ice cream maker is pretty awesome. Okay, I think I've got all our questions. We've got our people popped in here. I want to do one door prize now, and then I'm going to do our little giveaway on. Okay, sorry. I'm going to share my screen and give away a prize. I hope I have all of you in here. Oh, I just saw Sherry's here. I'll add Sherry and then we'll do our prize. All right, here we go. Live watchers only door prize. Our winner is going to be, oh, it's so close. Oh, I spelled your name wrong, Jackie, but Jackie Fine. All right, thanks for being here. I know who you are. All right, let's see. How do I get back here? All right, so Jackie, you're going to be our thanks for watching live winner. And then I'm going to pop over our survey. So I'm going to put this in the comments. So fill out this survey. Everybody that fills this survey out, consultants included, you are going to get entered to win our prize on the 30th. And the other announcements I have for you, our next workshop is going to be the 4th Thursday in July. I think it's the 27th. I'm pretty sure. And the other thing I want you guys to save the date for, we are going to be doing a Christmas in July sale as a team. So that's going to happen while our consultants are in Chicago for our national conference. We're going to be learning all the new products coming out this fall. We're going to get all the tips, how we are going to make a better party experience for our customers and our hosts. And we're all so stoked about it. So we thought that during that week when we are out of town, we will do a Christmas in July sale. So on our survey, there is a question in there that says, what would you like to participate in? And one of them says, I want to be invited to the Christmas in July sale. So if that's you, make sure you fill out the survey, let us know, and we'll invite you first for a special early bird time in our Christmas in July. I believe it's going to start on July 18th, there in or around that date. So save the date for that. And that concludes our workshop for tonight. I'm so glad you're here. Is there, if you guys have questions, if you want to share any more, please stick around. I'm going to stay on here for about 5 more minutes and answer questions or just hang out. If anyone wants to say hi and we haven't gotten to meet, I would love that as well. So, and thanks to Luann and Dusty for cooking for us tonight. So grateful to you. And I think the air fryer is such a wonderful, like, everybody can use it, whether you're a cook or not, and enjoy the results of it as well, for sure. All right. Well, that's all I have for you guys.